So let's take a look at the 66 kilo weight class at the Olympic Games, and let's break down this draw, and let's see who we can find out who's gonna win this matchups, okay? So here we are. Let's close out all these other draws. So there are some definite people thrown into this draw that can cause headaches. But let's fill out some of these first rounds just to make it nice and easy, okay? So here we are. Let's change up this color and fill this out. So first one, definitely important matchup because neither of these guys are easy rounds. But I definitely have to give it to Azerbaijan for that first one. The Moldovan guy versus Uzbekistan. Moldovan's here in blue. He's definitely a talented player, but it's early on in the day. I'm going to give it to Uzbekistan. I think Iliadis is going to do a good job training these guys and getting them ready. Brazil versus Egypt, again, middle of the road. I don't think it's going to affect the quarterfinals or anything like that. So I think what we can do is just go Uzbekistan regardless of who wins here. I guess I feel like going Egypt. I have no idea why. I should probably pick Brazil, but it is what it is. Now, just looking at the way this quarter is playing out as I look at it, let me erase that there. As I look at this, I think what I want to do, just because I want to see this matchup, is I want to take Abe and I want to move him all the way to the semis, and I want to take Lombardo and move him all the way to the semis. Just because that's going to be an historical match, I think, for just judo in general. Like, there's so much buildup between this happening. I think a lot of us would have liked to have seen this be the final, right? So let's take a look down here. Let's actually advance these guys on. Let's fill it out. JPN. There we go. And then there we go. All right. So then let's take a look here. This is easy. France is winning this first one. No questions asked. Belarus. Let's stay up here. We got one more match to figure out this top half. Definitely going with the Mongolian here. I think that's an easy pick. So looking at the top half, this is pretty much how I think it's going to play out when we come back after the games and we go over the draws and do like a compare and contrast to where we are. So Azerbaijan is winning the first round. Uzbekistan, Egypt. The quarterfinals is going to be Italy versus Uzbekistan, Japan versus Mongolia, with Italy and Japan both advancing. Again, these guys are talented, so there are some upsets that could happen. I'm just putting out some good vibes because I want to see that matchup happen in the semi. Come down here, and this is where we have some craziness happen because there are some definite people who can upset the reins here, and in particular, let me highlight him out here because we have Zantaraia right here. Okay, I mean, multiple-time world medalist, multiple-time European medalist. I think the only thing missing on his wall when it comes to medals and titles is an Olympic medal. So I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to put out some really good vibes, and we're just going to say, I want to see it. I want to see Zantaraia do this and secure his Olympic medal on what's probably going to be his last Olympics. So I'm just going to pencil him in here, and let's see if that happens, how the rest of the draw plays out. Okay. He's definitely got to have some big wins in order to get this to happen. He's got to get through the Korean. He's probably got to get through the Georgian when we fill out this bottom half. But let's go here. I think this is an irrelevant match. Albania. Korea is definitely pulling that off. Slovenia is definitely winning here. Again, a very tough player, so Zantaraia definitely has his work cut out for him going through Spain, Slovenia, the Korean. He's definitely going to have to be on his A game in order to come out of this pool. Let's come down here. Well, let me highlight these so I can see what's going on. Let's see here. We have the Korean advancing. There we go. Let's go here. Russia versus Germany. I would love to see like the head-to-head to this to see, statistically like who would pull this match out, because they're both middle of the road players. I'm not sure. It's the Germans' second Olympic Games, I believe. So maybe experience is going to be on his side and he's going to beat the Russian. I'm not sure. I'm going to go Germany. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to throw it out there. I don't think it matters because I think Georgia is winning this match regardless of who wins. I think he's going to advance. And then when I look at, when you break down pools, there's always kind of two sections. So when I look at the Israeli versus Mozambique, Peru, and Australia, I just have to do this. He just outclasses all of those guys. And then here, I don't think it matters. I'm going to go with Australia is going to beat him. Let's fill this out so we can see the flow of the draw. Like that. And then when we're in this position, I just think the Georgian outshines the Israeli. There we go. And then I think this is what we're going to see. And now I think we're going to see Zantaraia make it to the final. I really want to see that. I know he struggled with the Olympics. I don't know if that's a mental roadblock for him or pressure or whatever, but he has the experience, he has the talent, he has the throwing capability. I would love to see that happen. The next one we have here that we have to talk about is this Lombardo versus Abe match. Lombardo is one of the few people who have beaten Abe over the years. But again, if we're looking at consistency, the Olympics being in Japan, I hate to say it, but I think we just have to give the hometown advantage here. And I think once that happens, we're going to see Abe pull it out. I think that's what we're due for. So let's pencil these guys in down here into the results. So we're going to have Japan. And then down here, we have the losers of the semifinals. So we have Georgia, Italy, and then the losers here, which was Israel, Korea, Mongolia, and Uzbekistan. And then I think I can just put Korea here nice and quickly just so that we can kind of see what this looks like. He's just going to advance. I just think when we're looking at the players as a whole, he outshines him. And then this is definitely a toss-up of a match, but I'm going to go with the person I want to see win, which is Lombardo of Italy. And then we have Mongolia versus Uzbekistan here. This is a tough one. I definitely want to see Uzbekistan fight for a medal, so Uzbekistan, but I do think we're going to see the Georgian pull that out. No questions asked. He's a little bit more talented, so when we come over here and we fill this out, we're going to see Georgia and Italy in the final, and that's going to be the bracket for 66 kilos. at the Olympic Games with Abe winning in the final against Zantaraia.